Beyonce thing came when a friend of mine who knew her, somebody in her camp,
Okay.
and she said something supposedly, this is all hearsay,
Okay.
about regarding saying Ramir needs to go away, little boy, something to that effect. There was something out there
Right.
with this song they made. And then next thing I know, somebody was at my property. Somebody came to my property in the evening time and had a conversation about trying to get in through the back door.
So now Jay-Z's name is blowing up all over the timeline. And it ain't because of new music. A judge just gave the green light for Ramir, the man who's claimed for years to be Jay-Z's secret son, to move forward with his paternity case. And it gets even crazier. The court told Jay he has to respond to the latest filing by July 18th. No more dodging. And guess who's out here stoking the flames like it's a BBQ? Of course, 50 Cent. That man lives for drama, and he's having a field day with this one. But he's not alone. Nicki Minaj jumped into the mix too, reposting 50's post on X with a cryptic, "Is this why he was trending the other day? I don't know. To God be the glory." Like what? Even Nicki's raising eyebrows now. But here's where it really gets wild. Folks are saying Beyonce is allegedly trying to block the case behind the scenes. That's not even new though. Ramir's godmother said way back that someone close to Bey was already trying to silence things. Beyonce's thing came when a friend of mine who knew her, somebody in her camp, that's what she said, and it's giving damage control. Now reports are saying the judge might have moved the case forward because there's allegedly more behind it. Something shady involving secret cover-ups, immoral transporting, and the real reason Jay might have a son out there named Ramir. And word is, Jay-Z's been dodging court because he knows he's the dad. Let's be real. When folks lie on Jay, he sues fast. Remember how quick he shut down those disgusting claims about him and Diddy with a minor? But this time, he's quiet. Too quiet.
Got these lawyers that's just frauding and pitting anything they doing, anything they want basically in the courtroom, and the judges is just allowing this to go on. I honestly believe that both of them should be hold it responsible for this, because you guys, this is you guys' job, and if the judge can't see this or overlook it, I can understand a mistake, but just throughout the years, this continue to overlook fraud is just craziness to me. Like, come on, it's right there in your face. If you can't see that, then I don't know what else we can do to help you guys believe that it's something crazy going on with this case. Honestly, I just want everybody in the world just to keep their eyes open and just watch things that happen, that just like how things unfold, because it's crazy. It really is crazy. These judges, these lawyers, this fraud, collusion, who knows what it's for, money or friendships or whatever they got going on. But I can honestly say that we should never go in the courtroom feeling like we're already the victims.
So why won't he face Ramir head on in court? Something's not adding up. This case just keeps getting messier, and the updates are nonstop. So let's break it down. Word on the street is that Jay-Z and his legal squad have been working overtime trying to keep Ramir's paternity case hush-hush. But guess what? It looks like Ramir might finally get that DNA test he's been asking for all these years. According to what's coming out, the judge has officially allowed the case to move forward, and I've seen the receipts. The court docs straight up say, respond to the latest filing by Lily Coley versus Sean Corey Carter. The court grants the ex parte application and orders that defendant's deadline to respond is extended to July 18th, 2025. Yep, Jay's on the clock now. Now here's the backstory that Ramir's been holding on to for years. He says his mother, Wanda, hooked up with Jay-Z back in 1992 at his aunt's apartment in Brooklyn. Jay had allegedly picked her up from Philly, and even though protection was used, she still ended up pregnant. After that, Jay supposedly came by one more time 2 weeks later, then ghosted for good. Wanda had no way to reach him. Just like that, he vanished. Ramir says he didn't even know about any of this until he was around 8 years old, when Wanda sat him down and told him she believed Jay-Z was his father. At first, her boyfriend at the time, Robert Graves, was listed as the dad on the birth certificate, but that got wiped clean in 2011 after a DNA test proved Robert wasn't the father. Now the only name that keeps circling back, Jay-Z, and with the court forcing a response, things are finally heating up for real. Wanda told Ramir straight up she had only ever been with two men, Robert and Jay-Z. So when that DNA test cleared Robert, boom, Only one name made sense. That's why Ramir's been saying Jay-Z is his real father this whole time. But here's where things get real uncomfortable. Word is, the reason Jay-Z kept dodging that paternity test is because when he allegedly messed with Wanda, she was just 16, and he was 22. That's not just messy, that's a whole crime. And this ain't just gossip either. Wanda's godmother actually confirmed that this was a major concern behind the scenes. She said, "I got a call from his lawyer, and they were very helpful, and we thought we would resolve this privately." They even talked about Ram's music talent and whether it was a good time to put him on his record label, but he had to finish high school. So I said no. Suddenly, different lawyers got involved, and their attitude completely changed. I think they realized there was more at stake for Sean, given that Wanda was not of age child.
Has been through some trauma and some of with Roc Nation, with Desiree Perez, with other individuals. What I can say about that is I've witnessed and heard a lot of things. Again, it's hearsay, right? So it doesn't even matter. And that's why I'm not even going to go into detail with that. If I have the opportunity to speak with Nicki, would love to connect with her on that. But I've kind of seen, just like you firsthand, how they've they've of her platform, they abused her talents, they've abused of her freedom of speech, they've abused her family, they've attacked her husband, they've attacked her child, and it's sad. It's really sad. Somebody so resourceful, talented, high profile as Nicki Minaj being targeted. It should really scare the American people. It should really scare you guys too, right? Because I'm the daughter, so it's like at this point, if it's happening to me, I think she's really outspoken, and I'm grateful that she's being outspoken on it, because I think she's almost seeing it like, well, it happened to me, it's happening to her. Let me speak up on it. Nobody is safe right now, and she's fed up. I think she's fed up because she's been through.
Yeah, they knew this was deeper than child support, and here's where it gets even heavier. If Jay-Z really did hook up with Wanda when she was 16 and brought her across state lines from Philly to Brooklyn, that opens the door to an even more serious case. We're talking about possible trafficking violations depending on how it plays out in court. Wanda did try to hold him accountable back in the day. She filed a civil lawsuit asking for child support, but that case got tossed, not because it had no merit, but because she filed it in the wrong state and never refiled. That move might have cost her everything. But now, the past is catching up fast. Jay-Z's lawyer straight up claimed that Jay wasn't an interested party when it came to custody over Ramir, so Wanda had to back off the fight. But Ramir, he picked it up himself and refused to let it die. But let's be real, he's been fighting uphill ever since. Ramir says the whole court system was working against him, and he believes Jay-Z was out here greasing palms, paying off lawyers and judges just to keep the case buried. That's a major accusation. It got so bad, Ramir tried to take it to the Supreme Court, but that court shut it down, saying it didn't have the jurisdiction to reopen the appeals case or unseal records from the original trial. Still, Ramir didn't quit. He refiled in the appellate division of the New Jersey Superior Court, trying every legal route he could. But Jay-Z's lawyers came with more tricks. They argued that Jay shouldn't have to take a DNA test in Jersey because he supposedly didn't own or live at any property there. And under that technicality, Ramir's hands were tied. Legally, he couldn't force Jay-Z to take the test. But guess what? Ramir clapped back with receipts. He posted proof that Beyonce's mom, Tina, actually wrote in her book that Jay-Z had property in New Jersey during that exact time. So that whole "he didn't live there" defense, looking real shaky now. After years of delays and excuses, a judge has finally said this case can move forward. And now thousands of people are backing Ramir, demanding the truth. Plus, he's got high-profile support from folks like 50 Cent and Nicki Minaj putting the spotlight on him. This case might have been buried before, but now it's getting louder than ever. When I say Nicki Minaj is applying pressure to Jay-Z, she is not letting up. She's out here stepping on necks and calling folks out by name, and she just turned the heat all the way up. Nicki recently reposted an explosive interview with Dree Hadley, the estranged daughter of Roc Nation CEO Desiree Perez. Dree is suing her own mom for allegedly having her committed to a mental institution. And in that interview, she did not hold back. She claimed Roc Nation tried to silence Nicki Minaj, strip her of her voice, and even came after her family. She said they went after Nicki's husband, her child, and warned that what they're doing should scare the whole country. Like, this is next level. And Nicki's not staying quiet either. Over the past few days, she's been dropping bombs. She basically hinted that she's been blackballed and sabotaged by Jay-Z and his circle, and that's why she's been keeping her music on hold. She said there are powerful people trying to destroy her, behind the scenes, in boardrooms, and beyond. She even claims someone's been trying to break up her marriage to Kenneth Petty, telling lies and using people close to her to create chaos. And it doesn't stop there. Nicki says her social media accounts and even her fans' pages are being shadow banned as part of a bigger plot to hurt her brand and keep her silent. This ain't just industry drama. Nicki's making it clear she's done playing nice, and the people she's calling out are running scared. Nicki Minaj just dropped another bomb. She's now claiming that Jay-Z actually owes her money. And on top of that, she stepped straight into Ramir's case. She's applying even more pressure, adding fuel to the fire, and demanding that Jay-Z finally take that paternity test. And based on the latest court moves, that test might actually go down, meaning Ramir could finally get the closure he's been fighting for. But even though thousands are now standing with him, there's still folks out here questioning his intentions. Like, is Ramir after the bag? Is this about money? Or does he just want the truth? Well, according to Ramir himself, this ain't about money, and it's definitely not about Jay-Z suddenly acting like a father. He's made it clear. The case is about corruption in the legal system. He said shady court orders and crooked judges wrecked his family. They lost money, had fraudulent liens placed on their home, and to this day, those bogus court rulings are still being used to pull cash from them. Ramir's been loud about it too. He said, "I don't want money or anything like that from Jay-Z. I just want him to finally tell the truth to the world. If you say I'm not your son and nothing ever happened with my mom, then just take the test. Simple, straight up. If Jay's really innocent, why does he keep dodging the test? All Ramir wants is clarity, especially around that one major allegation, that Jay-Z allegedly took Wanda across state lines when she was only 16, from Philly to a Brooklyn apartment where the two reportedly had sex. That one claim alone could shift everything. Now with Nicki back in the movement, Jay's silence is starting to scream louder than words. This story just keeps getting wilder, and now things are looking even more suspicious. Jay-Z's lawyers got caught lying in court, claiming they misspoke about key details. Seriously. And while Jay-Z has denied these claims officially, there are whispers he tried to quietly settle this matter off the record years ago. So what changed? But it gets even darker. Ramir dropped a bombshell saying that someone actually tried to take him out after he filed the civil suit against Jay-Z. He says he's been dealing with years of intimidation tactics and even showed photos of his car riddled with bullets. According to him, someone planted something in his car, and right after that, he got pulled over by the cops. That's not coincidence. That's a setup. And let's not forget, these kinds of tactics sound real familiar, just like Dree Hadley accused Roc Nation CEO Desiree Perez of using similar threats against her. Now, with all these stories surfacing, it's giving straight-up pattern and not a good one. This case is bubbling hotter by the day, and the pressure is on. Jay-Z's been officially ordered to respond by the court, and all eyes are watching what move he makes next. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do you believe Ramir? Is this bigger than just paternity, or is it all smoke? Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and tap that bell so you don't miss the next update. Cause trust, the next chapter is gonna be even crazier. See you in the next video.